Okay. So basically, what is the starting point before we arrive at the conclusion that God exists? Okay, so here we're starting off with some observation about the function, the way the world functions, okay, and then reasoning from there, right, using inductive or deductive, hopefully, reasoning, right, to arrive at the conclusion that God exists. Cosmological arguments, right, are going to be obviously about the cosmos, but specifically about the beginnings of the cosmos, or the very first thing that happened. And so those types of arguments are going to be based on like cause to effect, but the other way, right? So instead of reasoning from cause to effect, we are looking at the effect, which is that the universe exists, and then we're reasoning backwards, not just to a cause, but to the very first cause of everything, right? So when people say, like, why is there something rather than nothing? Okay, what was that first thing? Lots of people might posit something like the Big Bang, but lots of people might not, right? Lots of people might say that there needed to be something before that, right? Or something to create the stuff that, you know, collided to cause the Big Bang in the first place. Okay, so looking either at the function or looking for the cause of the universe. And then that third type, the ontological argument, is going to be a little bit different because it is not going to be starting off by observing something in the world. Instead, we're going to learn another word here. It's going to be reasoning just from our mind, right? So this is something that is called a priori, right? So if I ask you, like, how do you know 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? You're not going to like go and show me all the 2 things and all the other 2 things. And then, right, you're going to appeal to principles of reason, right? You're going to explain it using your mind. And so ontological arguments are going to be the same way. But again, that name tells us something, ontos, which means meaning. And in this case, the meaning of words, right? And so these kinds of arguments are going to be arguing from the definition of God as a perfect being, right? So our understanding of what God is, right? If we're saying, well, what type of being is this? If we're going to argue that it exists, well, what we mean by God is a perfect being. And from this, they're going to argue that perfect beings must exist. Okay, so we're going to have arguments from observation, the teleological and cosmological, and then we're going to have arguments from reason alone.